Are we going live yet? Are we live? I never know if we're live yet. It says we're live. I don't know if we're live. Oh, I'm live? My wife says I'm live. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on to Mountain Bike Q&A. Super excited for my guest tonight. You all know him. It's ridiculous how you all know him. You don't know me, but you know him. Fantastic kid. I should just stop talking and bring him on and let's him. I'm wearing this because it's a holiday special, and I want to wish you all a very happy holiday. Again, I'll stop talking now, and let's bring on Seabass.
What's happening?
Holy cow!
How's it going?
It's going great. Let me tell you, I've got the Nrml Mountain Biker on my podcast right now. That's how good it's going.
Oh man, excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, stop it! Look at that hair. My God, that's beautiful.
Oh yeah. I probably should have someone covering it up. It's so appalling.
No, to have that kind of hair, sir.
Thank you.
Show that off.
I appreciate it.
To have a lid like that. Look at this. We've got some folks online right now. Can you see the comments over there?
No, I cannot see them.
Can you go to comments and click?
Let me see here.
We've got Mia from Women's Mountain Bike. She's like, let's go.
Oh yeah. Okay. I can see them coming. Yeah, I can see the comments. There we go.
There you go. What are you on your phone?
Yes. Yep, I can see them.
Well, you, Nick and Katie in the house. Yes. Trail Pimp. Sebastian is the man. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. He is looking good. Me, however, I look like an old guy with a stupid hat on his head.
No, it's the festivities.
Trail Dog saying howdy.
Oh, the Trail Dogs. They're some homies of mine.
Is that Nico Vink?
Oh yeah, I wish. He's an amazing rider.
Okay. How you doing, man?
Fantastic. It's a little bit chilly up here in Northern California right now, but I would assume you're in Florida right now, I would presume, right?
I am a Miami man.
Oh. And
it's raining. It's a little precipitation, a little humidity. Here comes you're going to see a lot of this. This here's my wife. Just ignore her. Just ignore her. Let's get this. Hey, riding dirty. Eric, what's going on, brother? How you doing? You're doing good. We got that over with. How are you doing with the holidays, man?
Hey, good.
You prepared?
Am I prepared for the holidays?
Yeah.
Is anybody really ever prepared for the holidays?
But it's like everyone getting like better bolts and specialized stickers in their stocking this year.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
This is my problem, and we didn't talk before this. My train derails. Just to let you know, like I'll go this way, and then I'll go off the track, and then I'll come back on. Just to give you a heads up.
Oh, that's totally fine. That's literally my entire life right there. So,
and now that I've got this whole live thing, the comments, it throws me way off.
Oh man.
So,
well, you're in good hands. That's literally exactly as my life works. So don't apologize for it. That's the way to live life. That's the most interesting way of living life. I'll tell you. Just
all over the place
from all angles. Yeah.
I mean, you're seriously like constantly, and again, I appreciate you coming on this as a creator. You seem to be busy constantly. Are you?
Yeah. It's we haven't had like I've got a small team. It's myself, my brother, and one of my longtime friends, Matt, and we're working pretty much every single day doing stuff. Anything from like YouTube. The YouTubes have taken up a lot of time. We've been pumping out a lot of stuff on YouTube nowadays, and then obviously all the short content, the short form stuff that you guys see on like Instagram and TikTok or whatever that might be, and then on top of that, we have all the backstage stuff too, right? So all the stuff that like nobody sees is like making sure everything doesn't just collapse, making sure we're able to pay the bills, all that good, fun, boring stuff.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna get to. Is this what you do?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This
I was going to ask you, what do you do for a living?
It's this is my life. This is what I do. So
wow, you're living the dream.
I'm trying to. It's awesome. Like, absolutely. But obviously it takes a lot of work, right? Like to be able to make like content online, and then still be able to make a living. It's a challenge. A lot of people, try to do it, and we're one of those people that are trying to make it happen. And we have wins, we have losses.
Yeah.
We have it's a constant roller coaster.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What did Normal do, or you? What did you do before all this?
So before so Nrml Mtber basically started during the lockdowns a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And ultimately it was kind of like a little side project, a little thing to keep my brother and I, because originally it was just my brother and I who started all this, and it was a little side project, pretty much while I was home from work, and at the time I was working in construction. So I was doing a lot of traveling, and I was deemed one of the so-called, essential workers, right?
Yeah.
And so I wasn't, totally off job during the lockdowns and stuff, but I was still traveling. But there were certain times where, because of, logistical issues, or, because of all the issues with getting product out to construction sites, like there was like the lumber shortage, there was like the microchip shortage a few years ago.
Yeah.
It made making the jobs happen a lot more difficult, right? So there were times where when I was working construction, that I was, we were just home, like there was nothing to do, right? And of course you couldn't go to, go on vacation anywhere, so we were stuck at home trying to make do with what we had, right? So what it turned into was, all right, let's go build trails, let's go ride our bikes, let's go, and then, hey, this Instagram, people seem to be doing pretty good on Instagram right now. Let's just like start posting some stuff there. I had actually had a this isn't my first time in social media. I had an automotive channel on YouTube for a couple years actually, and it never really went anywhere. I had some videos that had some good views on them and whatnot, but I think I made like one paycheck from YouTube from that, and it was like nothing, and I was like, it's not
more than me.
Yeah. But so I did that once. So I had already had a little bit of an experience like in the social media realm, just kind of like, I saw kind of how algorithms worked, and I had a fairly, very base level knowledge on it, but enough to understand like, okay, I should probably post every day. I should probably, at least have some kind of unique content, all the basics, right? But, it wasn't Nrml Mtber for the first year. It really wasn't anything. It was my brother mostly, because that's one of the things I did in the past as well. In another life, I was a videographer, so I would kind of travel around. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, so that I did that. I would kind of travel around, and I would go to like enduro races, right, for mountain biking, like mountain biking enduro races. I worked for the California Enduro Series. I don't know if anyone knows what that is, but when the series first started a few years back, like maybe 7-8 years ago, we were like the first videographers, me and my buddy Mitch, and we would travel around to every race. We'd film all of that stuff, and got a lot of experience in the industry doing that. And and then of course life takes you different places, and then I ended up doing construction for a few years, climbing the ladders there, and then I just realized like doing construction really wasn't my thing. And at that time we had we had started the page, and I was like, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna just reevaluate everything. Like a bunch of stuff just wasn't going right in my life at the time. Like I had just all this terrible, like horrible personal stuff happening, and I was like, and then you had the lockdowns on top of that, and then family, health issues, and just all this stuff just collapsed on me. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm living my life not how I want to right now. Like this is not the direction I'm supposed to go. Like yeah, it's good work. Like working construction is fantastic. I have nothing but respect for people who work in the trade industries, and but it was it really wasn't for me, you know. And it's not like I wasn't like a non-handy person. Like I was doing fine and all that stuff. It was just the constant traveling, the not ever having like a solid home, you know, not having like I had such like I hadn't seen any of my friends at that point like probably a year. Like you know, it was just like everything was just not working in my favor in life. So I was like, you know what? I got to make some changes. I got to do something. I got to put my foot down. I got to take control of my life. And that's really what it was. I just didn't feel like I had any control over my life. And
I admire that.
Thank you.
That's just, you just go, you know what? And you're like BKXC or whatever, just say, you know what? I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you ran with it.
I tried. I'm still working on it, man.
What do you mean still working on it?
Yeah, I mean, I am. Like, it's still hard. I mean, like I was saying, but you know, the point was that like I pretty much just I just took a risk. You know, I'm not saying that everyone should take a risk. Like I was in the perfect position where like I was like in a place where I could just bail on everything, you know. Like a lot of people don't have that luxury, right? I at that point I had worked for like years in construction. Like you know, most of that time had been, you know, like I was traveling a lot. So like obviously everything's paid off by like the company that I was working for, like the hotels, everything. I had no gas expenses. I literally had basically zero expenses. I lived on the road, right? So I didn't have an actual house.
You were banking it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Putting it aside.
So I was like, okay. Well, I'm still pretty young. Like at that time, I was like 23 or 24, I think. I don't know. I'm 27 now.
See,
so.
Okay. I would have guessed I was going to guess your age around 24, 25.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
you're 27.
I just turned 27, so that's
happy birthday.
So I must have been 25 because we've only been doing this for about 2 years now. So I was about 25 at the time, right? And then yeah, we just put, you know, my brother and I like both, because he also had lost his job during the lockdowns too, and so he was like, you know, I had bailed on mine, he had lost his, and I was like, you know what, like screw it, let's just go for it, you know. I know something about social media, and you know, we could take pictures, and you're a photogenic writer, and we ended up at first taking pictures of my brother and videos of him. Like if you were to go on Instagram on our page right now and just go all the way back like 2 years ago,
all the way to the bottom.
It's all going to be him. Like all the first few posts are basically of him. For the first like maybe 6 months of us posting was basically just him. So, and then one day we decided like, hey, like I want to see, like I don't know what came across our minds, because I've never been like a person to be like in front of the camera. I've always been behind the camera, and so I don't know what got into us. We were just like, oh, like I'll just film a video real quick of me riding a bike just to see what would happen, you know, just whatever, you know. And or like we had filmed something, and I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna post this, like it's not cool, like whatever. And we ended up posting it. It was just like, it was a riding video of me just riding with some like hardcore rap music in the background and everything.
I have seen those.
Yeah. So it was like a super generic, like, you know, bad boy riding type video, right? And it ended up getting like at that point we'd only been getting like maybe max like a few hundred views on everything, and you know, and then that video we dropped that one, and then it just exploded. Well, to us at the time it exploded. We got like 8,000 views or something like that. And we were like, oh my god, like no way. Like, this is,
I feel that way when I get 2,000 views.
Yeah.
Oh. That's what's funny about the whole Instagram, that you're killing it on there, and I admire. Like I started this thing. I'm taking this thing off. I'm going with a regular hat. I look like an idiot compared to that luscious locks of yours. When I started, you start really paying attention to the numbers, and especially when you're doing it, you're like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Here's the chips. There goes my microphone. And do you find yourself constantly like doing this?
Yeah, that's
all day long. But it is your job. So
yeah. That's the unfortunate reality of kind of all of this. There, my lighting should be better now.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
I'm trying to make it fancy here, you know.
Writing now.
But yeah, no, you see, your lighting looks way better than mine. You're all pro over here.
I've got the TikTok, 13-year-old TikTok lighting here. This is all I got.
See, I'm trying to achieve it. You can see the blue in the background where I'm at.
I like your new background, by the way.
Thank you.
You got the corner of a room now.
I know what I'm doing. But yeah, going back to your question, oh, absolutely. That's one of the harder parts of this is like you look at, like, you know how, like, I don't know if you have an iPhone or not, but you look on your iPhone and it tells you like what your screen time is per day. Like, you can see that. And then it tells you, like, it gives you notifications of like, last week your screen time was up by 6 hours. And I'm like, oh no. Like, that's not what I want to see.
No, I hate that every Sunday, because I got to tell you, just even posting, and I've got a full-time job, a wife, 2 dogs, kids. I'm doing this like just the last 2 days with you, and you're checking, and it's ridiculous, the response that I've been getting, but you want to keep up with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you get tons of DMs and look at that hair.
Oh, thank you. I haven't cut it in a long time. I probably should get a haircut soon. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying. It's hard, like I'm more concerned about kind of the like really how much damage it's doing that I'm not seeing directly. Right? Like that's one of my concerns about like TikTok, for example, right? It's like I post a lot on TikTok, but I don't like scroll through. I try my best. Like, it is so easy to get sucked into it. Like, and it's like a time machine. Like, you'll open up the TikTok app, and I don't know if you've ever been on it before.
No.
Stay away from it, man. Just don't go near it.
I'm afraid of it. It's bad. I hear, for your phone and your information, and people are states are banning it. I don't know how you can do that, but
yeah. No, it is very concerning. But you'll open it up, and next thing you know, you'll think, like, you'll start scrolling, and then you see one thing that interests you, and then another thing, and then another thing, and another thing. I mean, it's really like the science that they've done to go into, like, the psychological science that they've done to get people hooked on that app is just mind blowing, man. Like it will literally change your perception of time. Like, you'll think you were on it for like 10 minutes. Come to find out you've been on it for almost 2 or 3 hours. And it's just like, oh my God.
That's Instagram Reels. I'll wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, can't go back to sleep. I'll go to the second room so I don't bother my wife. And I'm just like this on the Reels.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm like, oh, I'm late for work.
Yeah.
So take me back to, because when you first started this, and I know you've done a lot of these things, and you were just recently on, and I got to tell you, you were recently on the Colorado kid, Joe's.
Yeah, Joe's awesome.
And I had asked on another podcast of his, when will you guys be doing a collaboration? And he says, you said you guys were working on it. It was on my birthday, November 19th, when you guys did that.
Oh, happy
birthday. And my wife goes,
birthday.
Thank you. And my wife goes, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I said, Nrml Mtber and Colorado Kids got a podcast. And she goes, you want to just watch a podcast? And I go, it's my birthday. I want to do what I want to do. So that was it. So thank you for the birthday gift. You didn't know.
Oh, you're welcome. That makes me so happy. I didn't. Wow, that's pretty cool. That adds a whole other layer to it.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I didn't get there till a little bit. There was probably like 40 minutes left. I'm sorry I didn't watch. I think I went back and watched
the last 40 minutes is the best anyway. So
the s'mores and I didn't get you guys cutting into the steaks at the time, but
oh, no worries.
But I'm sure you do a lot of these things. So I wanted to get to where, here goes the train.
Oh, here we go.
And derail.
Let's do it. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
You do a lot of these. So again, I appreciate you doing my little thing. Oh, I was wondering, give me a minute. Just keep talking and give me.
I'm all ears here.
I wanted to get to collaborations with you. I'll get to your Instagram and your YouTube and stuff, but I wanted to get to collaborations with people since you've been doing this. And maybe I'm going way ahead and I should do like this, but Johnny doesn't do like this. So, but like collaborations, you were with Heather. I don't want to say her last name. I'm going to mess it up. Munive? Munive.
Munive. I asked her about it. I asked her, it's Munive.
Munive. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I a little Spanish down here in Miami, so I can.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Joe, you did with me on the segment, Mark, the podcast. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just how we got to know each other, folks, or meet. What's that like? Oh, Remy.
Yeah.
What's that like to go from I'm a mountain biker. Oh, I knew where I was going, but I'm going to go back to it.
Okay.
I should have warned you ahead of time. You could have said no and backed out.
No. No, there's no way that would happen.
We'll jump to the collaborations.
All right.
So you just start out, you're a mountain biker, and you start this little Instagram thing, YouTube, whatever. And all of a sudden people start coming on and like, hey, I want to hook up with this kid. Like, did you know these people ahead of time, or how exciting is that to create something where people want to be a part of?
Yeah, that's actually interesting because it's different per person, right? Like, for example, like if I take someone like I'm sure you know who Kyle Warner is, Kyle and April. They out there.
Yeah. Big fan.
Yeah, so I actually knew Kyle like years ago. I've known him since before he started doing the whole YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Wow. So I knew him like, and before I was doing all this stuff, like I already knew him, right? So that was really just a quick like, hey, what's going on? How you been, right?
Yeah.
But then you have people like, like Joe, for example, Colorado kid. Like I never knew him. Like I never really like I never knew him until he started doing Instagram, and then obviously we he started posting comedy stuff, and that's how we linked up, right? And then same thing with Heather, right? Like I met her. I think I met her at CR, but I had been watching her videos before I ever met her. Like I already knew who she was.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I saw her at CR, which is, if you don't, for those of you guys who don't know, it's a bike event that happens here in California.
Uh-huh.
And so I met her there, and I was like, oh, I watch your videos. I know who you are, and then one thing led to another, and then I run into her, up in Idaho, and she happens to be traveling around the same area when I'm traveling there, and the next thing you know, I'm like in a video with her, so it's that kind of, it's really dependent on the person.
Side question on that. Is she that annoyingly adorable in person? Like yes. Her personality is just, you can't stop. The reason why is she's a shredder.
Oh, she's amazing at writing. Yeah.
She's incredible, but she's so like her laughter. And it's so, you just got to watch it. Her enthusiasm for riding is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing, on her, like the GoPro, the GoPro effect, which I'm sure you've heard of. It is so real with her. Like on GoPro, like you'll see her, the riding videos of her doing stuff and on her YouTube videos and on Instagram and whatnot. If you're there in person watching her do this stuff, it's a whole other world. Like the stuff she makes stuff look small on video, but in real life, it's like, whoa, you just did that? Like really?
Yeah. No,
she's amazing. She's an incredible writer, and she's also like how she is in YouTube is very much how she is in real life as well. Like she's super nice. She's an amazing person.
But you just bumped into this girl at Sea Otter and was like, "Oh, I've seen your stuff. Check out my stuff," and then you collabed.
I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. I gotta refresh my memory. I'm pretty sure I'm sure she's gonna watch this and be like, "Oh no, it was at this or however." But I'm pretty sure that's how it was.
And like someone like Remy. Like I saw you shredding with him. Like, how does something like that happen?
Well, that one's actually pretty mind blowing because I've been watching Remy's videos for a very, very long time. And that was one of those things. I believe the first time we met him was at Sedona Fest, it was just one of those things where we have some buddies that ride for propane bikes, and obviously Remy rides for propane bikes, and he I guess he was just in the group. And he actually came up to us and he was like, "Oh, hey, I like your videos, like great stuff." And then, and then from there, it was just like, saw him again the next day. and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna do a group ride. You want to join?" And then I was like, "Yes, yes, I want to join." so yeah, and then it goes from there. And then after that, it's just like DMing and stuff like that, and just running into him occasionally, wherever it might be, stuff like that. So yeah,
that's amazing.
He's a great guy too. I really like him too. Yeah,
is he really?
He is boom, boom, boom. Like he knows what he's doing. Like he's one of those guys that has his entire life like planned and very meticulous about absolutely everything, and like has a plan for everything. He's one of those guys you just learn so much from. Like he knows what he's doing. Like
I've tried to get, and I'm just a little guy, so I understand him, but I find him interesting in the fact that like everything seems very mathematical.
Yes,
like his writing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lines and stuff. Did you feel like you were following him that way, or you were just riding with him, or was he pointing out anything for you?
So he was actually about 100 yards ahead of me, like where I couldn't see him. So I wish I could answer your question, but I don't know.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's see. Trail Pimp, how many days did you guys hit North Star last summer?
Oh, dude, not enough. I wish we could do more. But unfortunately it's like we got so much stuff going on that like if we can squeeze in just a couple days a year, I'm happy with that. I think last year we probably did 4 days North Star. So yeah.
Nick and Katie, you did a hot sauce. Did I miss that on something?
Oh yeah, that was on the podcast with Joe, Colorado Kid.
Sacagawea. I got to go back and look at that.
Yeah.
Which was it? The Da Bomb?
That hot sauce was one of the hottest hot sauces in the world, I think.
What was it? Da Bomb?
I don't remember what it was called, but it was one of those crazy hot sauces that have like the label that's on the bottle. It's got like nuclear waste or something on it.
Yeah, it's the bomb. It's the bomb.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have been that one. I don't know. I got to go back and watch it. All I know is it's really spicy. Uncomfortably spicy.
I have a college-sized refrigerator in my second bedroom full of hot sauces.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that one you have. Yeah, they're hot. They're hot. It's a long story. Berserker Nick is in here. What's going on? Say hi, Trail Pimp. He said he was riding. He rode with him and his kid rode with you. He's texting me.
I saw a message from that earlier. Hey, good to see you again.
Going back, train back here on the tree. Yeah, thank you. When you first started this, if you do a deep dive, folks, on his stuff, I don't know if you just keep up with the newer stuff or the year or whatever. You were just riding. Like your YouTube page, like the first 7 videos are just you guys riding and you taking a tumble.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're bringing up the hand scenario.
The hand scenario. And I'm sure you've talked about it a lot, but I also wanted to just talk about you just riding. But let's talk about the hand real quick.
Yeah, you're going way back here. Oh,
were there stitches? Did you get stitches?
I'm sorry. What was that? You broke out a little bit.
Oh, did you get stitches?
No. Well, I probably should have, but
you're like me. You're like me. You just rub dirt in it and
pretty much, yeah. But I will say I couldn't ride for like a month after that, though. That was really painful. Like that really sucked. Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah. But okay, you hurt your hand. You did riding videos. When did the comedy ensue? When did you go, you know what? I got a little funny in me.
Yeah.
I want to bring it out.
So that was another one of those like experimental type, realizations, right? We did a video. If you go back on Instagram, like about a year and a few months ago, maybe a year and a half ago at this point. There's a video of me. I had a YT at the time, and I took out all the suspension. The frame was cracked, so the frame was toast. Like I couldn't really do anything with it. It still looked fine. You couldn't tell that it was cracked, right? I never said that before, so that's all new knowledge.
Beforehand, behind the scenes secrets.
Yeah, no, those are great bikes. I'm not saying they're bad bikes at all. No, they were great
I'm
bikes,
actually about to buy
but I
one.
cracked the frame on that bike, on that particular bike, unfortunately. And so I was like, well, I'm never going to use really this bike ever again on a trail. I'm going to have to get a new bike because this is toast. So let's see what happens if we take all the air out of the suspension and then do a video of me walking up to it and then sit on it and the suspension clapping out and then riding. And I put that song by Chameleonaire. They see me roll in, they hating,
Yeah,
riding dirty. So trying to catch
riding
me
dirty.
riding dirty, like that song. It's like from one of the OG rap songs from back in the day. But we put that song to the music or to the video, and it like blew up like that. Like that was by far our biggest video because up until that point we were getting like, maybe we'd get tops like 20,000 views on a video, like absolute tops, like, and that was like amazing, right? And then we did that video, we dropped it, and then instantly it just blew up, and we were like, oh,
Like high
like,
fiving and
yeah, like that one actually blew up. Like it ended up getting, I think it got on our page, it got like probably close to like 1 million views. And then, but it got shared like all over the place.
yeah.
Like people, like you've seen it on like Instagram or something, right? Where people will just screen record your video, or they'll use those apps that will, yeah. They'll use apps to like take the video from you, basically from your page, and then they'll just repost it, right? And so that video got reposted like hundreds of times. I still have saved on Instagram because like, you know how people they just won't tag you, right? And at the time I was like getting really butthurt about that. So I was like I have like 100 of those videos saved of just me rolling on my bike with no air in the suspension. And like overall it must have gotten like millions of views or whatever. But that like once that video dropped, like we went from being like the smaller, trying to do something with social media. Like that was really the flip for us, where it was like, oh, there's something here. Like there's something really here. Like we can actually do something and turn this into something that's like bigger than
that was your moment.
Yeah, that was our biggest aha moment out of everything. Because up until that, it was just like riding, and like people wanted to see a bigger dude on a bike. Of course, it's always still a very niche thing. But once there was like the aspect of like a bigger dude that's riding a bike and then also funny at the same time, it was like it totally hit a home run.
Yeah.
And so that video pretty much just like that was the video that started kind of the journey to where we are now, as Nrml Mtber is today, where that really evolved. And from that video on, we basically kind of got actually serious about it. And we were like, okay, like it's not just going to be like writing stuff. We found out that like, okay, writing is really cool. It's great. But the more comedy type stuff does so much better on like social media platforms. And so we started going that direction with it.
It's amazing that you say that, because when I first started doing this, I was just doing the podcast, and I'm learning. I'm an older man, old enough to be your dad, 51, and I'm learning.
51 years young though.
Yeah, damn right, buddy.
Yeah.
But I'm learning all this, and I'm like, all of a sudden the shorts started going, and then the Instagram reels, and I was like, okay, reels, that's where it's at. Excuse me, my wife is coming in saying I don't need another, but thank you.
That's first class service right there.
I tell you what, I put her on the screen, I'm going to get sick views. I don't want anything, don't need anything. Woman's hot as all get out. Don't deserve her. Thank you, honey.
Nice.
Besides that, and I was like, okay, I've done comedy on television for over 20 some years. I was a movie critic, and I wasn't a movie critic. I just did a bunch of goofy bits. And then I started doing, I was like, okay, I gotta figure out these shorts. You were screen recorded, did your little thing. I saw some kind of meme or whatever where guys were showing like most disturbing things caught on a Ring camera.
Oh, man.
And stuff like that. So I was like, most disturbing things on the mountain bike. Most hits with you. I got almost 12,000 views. My biggest view on that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So then I was just like, you know what? I've got to start creating. I've got to start creating. So I started creating my own, and it's a lot of work. It's a time suck.
Yeah.
It really, but you're doing it for a living, so I guess it's worth the time.
It definitely it is very like that's one of the things for anybody who like is trying to start doing this, like or wants to make content or has an idea that can kind of change the way that social media works. Just fully dedicate to it, because if you like, it's gonna be harder, and this is just for everything in life too that I've kind of come to find out as like I start to do like business stuff and the more entrepreneurial type way of life. Like you have to commit fully to it. You know, it's like when I had a job and was doing like a normal life, and then doing social media on the side as well. Like I never really.
Ladies and gentlemen, we lost Normal Mountain Biker. Nobody wants to see me.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Lost you for a second. I was like, nobody wants to see me. They came on for you.
But oh, it's all crooked now. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're making me sick. I'm getting vertigo.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll leave it there. Okay. But no, I was just saying that you have to like fully commit to it. You have to take that risk and just jump on it and try to make the best out of it that you can in the short time that you have. So yeah.
Interesting enough that you say, because people at my age, people don't understand what I'm doing and how I commit to it now that I'm doing more shorts, and I'm never going to reach the level of you or Colorado Kid or Justin Meg or any of those.
Oh, don't say never. Don't ever say that. That's 100%. You can
try. I put out a funny this weekend. I thought it was good with the flat pedals, but it's people don't get it. Like, how do you explain to people what you do for a living? Like, do they even understand it? Like anyone outside of this community?
How do I personally explain it to people?
Yeah. Do they go, what? Why don't you get a real job? Like, do your parents go, what?
Well, here's the first thing, right? Is this is the question that, I try to, like, my grandparents to this day do have no idea what I do. Like, they just don't. I try to explain it to them, and like, it's just such a generational thing, right? Like, there's, like, how do I tell them, oh, I make videos on the internet, and then, we work with brands to, to kind of mix everything together, and then I somehow make a living doing that. It's like, how do I tell them? How do I break that down? Because first of all, you have to get to the basics of like, what is the internet? First of all, like how does the internet work? But no, for real though, like as far as like just generally, like how do I explain this? I don't know. Every time I have a different answer, because I feel like every time I get asked that, my perception of what I do changes. So I always have a different answer, right? So one day it might be like, oh, I make videos on the internet, or the other day will be like, oh, I'm a YouTuber, or the other day is going to be like, like, oh, I have a small business or something like that. I don't know. It changes, and it also depends on who I'm talking to, also. So
yeah, well,
not to be disingenuine, but
Adam Mock, my boy Adam. He appreciates you. The world. Do you know all these? Do you know these Southern California boys?
I don't believe.
Rod and Dirty, Adam Mock, the segment.
I know. Yeah, segment, of course. Yeah.
Really
Mark
great
Miller.
guy. You should check his stuff out. It's really great. Ray Marcello.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe.
Times we share your content around our chat group.
Nice, thank you.
How does something like that make you feel when some like little guy is just trying to get some views, grabs something from you, and appreciates it and laughs, or you have somebody who leaves a comment like this? Like, is that the gratification, or is that? Do you feel like you've done something? You've made your imprint on the community and the world?
Oh no! Oh, absolutely! Yeah. I think so. When it comes to all that stuff, I'm actually very grateful for it, because part of the reason why we got to where we are is because of people sharing it. So it's like I see it as like, dude, this is awesome. Like clearly, this is a sign that we're doing something right. People love to do this. And then mostly it's like, dude, I want to make content that makes people laugh. Like I love comedy just in general. Like anything that's funny, I'm all about it. Like if I'm going to pull up a movie to watch on like Amazon Prime or something, right? Like the first thing I'm going to look for is a comedy movie. So if I can like spread that around the world and just be like, okay, mountain biking, maybe some people take it too seriously, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make fun of people for doing serious things and whatever it might be, right? So if I can just bring laughter at least a little bit to the world, like my mission's complete at that point. So
that's I was talking to I'll say it. I was talking to my therapist the other day, and therapists, and they're great, but they want to analyze everything. She goes, do you think you're goofy, or you use comedy as a deflection for something, or blah 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 blah? And I'm like, no, I like making people laugh. Mm-hmm. Life is way too short to be serious.
Yeah.
I try to bring levity to everything. Yeah. I can crack a joke at a funeral. Like it's one of those things, like you really need, like it makes making people happy makes you happy. It makes them happy. Yeah. Especially when you get a good laugh after watching a normal mountain biker video. It adds years. I think it adds. Nick and Katie, I may make it. I don't know.
Oh, 100%. You just got to do it. It took us like almost a year to get a video that actually blew up. So keep going.
I can't. This backyard shredder.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Of course I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I love your videos, dude.
Yeah, that little kid he's going to be the next normal.
Yeah.
Be the next
keep it going, man.
Laughter first. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got to laugh. Life it's too easy to let all the negative things that happen in life overrule our lives. So why not combat that with some laughter?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now we're going to get to it. Okay. And you might want to get a pot of coffee going, because I got about 4 hours of questions for this.
Oh, here we go.
What is that, water?
I got my glass of water here.
Glass of water?
I don't drink coffee.
Does anyone have comments about any of this stuff? I've got a comment about this one. Or I've got a question about this one.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. That video didn't do as good as I thought it would.
I love that when people say it didn't do as good. You're like a Colorado kid. You got 8,000 likes.
Yeah, that one kind of.
What was one of your favorite ones to shoot?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Did you ask me a question?
Yeah. That's what I'm here for.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Wait, which one was one of your favorites to shoot?
Oh, it's always like, I like doing the like the one that's with Brendan right there to the left. Yeah, that one was very fun to shoot. I always love working with guys like that. Brendan's such a good guy, and he's such a nice guy. He's extremely smart. And then look at the pedal right there. Yeah. Like,
did he let you keep the pedal?
No. Well, he probably would have let me keep it, but I kind of didn't take it. Yeah, I kind of broke it a little bit. So, we didn't show that, but I kind of did break it a little bit. So that's probably why I didn't take it.
Oh, dear sweet. You really put yourself out there. You shaved your beard.
Yeah.
How did you grow it back so quickly? Did you hold a sneeze in and it just popped out?
I wish it was that easy. But that was like that was like a month ago? September, 2 months ago almost. September. Yeah. So it grows back quick. You just got to get that collagen in your diet, man.
See, I just got a couple years put back on. I mean, just watching your stuff without the audio, with you talking to me, just honored to have you here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This is ridiculous. Okay, I got to ask you something, and this is just for me. I don't care if anyone else is watching. Hold on one second. Let's see if we got any. Okay, here we go. The wife just said she snort laughed. Where are you again? Here we are. Hold on. I'm getting new at this live thing. I don't know how this segment does what. I'm going to pause it. I love these fucking pants. What are they? Where are they? How do I get a pair?
I'm literally wearing them right now.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, they're so comfy. I love them, man. I wear them all around. Like, I just wear them as PJs.
Oh, but they look so comfy. Hold on. Let's go. Where are you? Where are you? ladies and gentlemen, this is not what just makes him funny. Is the fact, and I showed some friends of mine that ride and don't ride, and I don't want to bring it up, but you like kill it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's stupid how well you ride. Is your size? You're what, 6'5"?
Yeah, somewhere between 6'4" and 6'5". Depends on how much yoga I've done that morning.
Yeah, like I'm 6'1" on a 6'2" on a good day. 230 pounds.
Yeah, I got a solid 100 pounds on you.
Okay. I don't want to take a punch from you.
No. No, I think it's going to be more of like a belly flop rather than a punch.
Either way, don't want it. But do you feel like the bike is just a little toy for you because of how you're like what are you, an extra large on the specialized?
For the specialized sizes? I'm a size like between S5 and S6. So those are like the two largest sizes. So it would be like S5 would be somewhere kind of equivalent to like a large, extra large. S6 is like extra large, double XL.
See, that's why I'm purchasing soon a YT. And everyone's saying I need an XL, and I'm like, no, I've been riding large my whole life.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of riding you want to do with it. I mean, if you're planning on doing kind of more like the Florida style stuff, I would lean more towards like something that's a little larger just for comfort.
Really, you go towards the XL? Yeah,
just because like you're going to be out doing more kind of the more flatter type riding, more cross country stuff. So you're going to be a lot. What was that?
It's more techie out here. There's a lot. You Google Virginia Key. It's very.
I've seen some stuff from your area, but I might be totally ignorant on it. So maybe don't even listen to me. They forget what I'm saying.
I'll give him a call before I run. Yeah, where's the? God,
give me a call.
We're going to go through each video. You have like 1,000 posts, so we'll go through each one and talk about each one. A little description about each one.
Yeah.
The riding the bike with no handlebars. How well did that do?
Dude, that was one of the hardest ones to film that we've ever done. That one, the video is like what, 10 seconds long, and to get that 10 seconds of a video, it took us freaking hours, man. We were out there for such a long time. It was mostly just a scary experience. That road where we filmed that on was like one of these back roads that we have like way out in the countryside. It was like we wanted to make sure there was going to be no cars on the road, which luckily nothing really, it's so out there that like we didn't really run across anyone, but we also wanted it to be scenic, right? So just finding the location was kind of hard to do. That took a lot of time on its own. But also like the actual practicing to get to ride, because we didn't fake any of that.
I just showed my wife that video, and she was like, what is that? How is he doing that?
Yeah, we literally, so what I did is, what you can't see where I'm holding in the handlebars, it's the brakes with the grips. So what I did is I had these old handlebars at home, and I chopped off the ends of the bars, stuck the grips on, and put the brake on just enough on the piece of handlebar so that the brake would all be one assembly, right? And I just took the bars off of the bike that I had, and literally that was it. We didn't do any weird trickery or anything like that. It was literally just me holding these pieces of grip and brake
and grips.
Yeah, that was it. And then the rest was just me balancing, trying to keep the wheels straight. So what I had to do is I did a bloopers thing for like a story on Instagram. After that video came out, and like I didn't really show much of me setting up for it, but to get started. So if you were to imagine the scenery that we have, like the geography of the geography of the area, or the topography.
It's a country road or something with.
Yeah, so it was a road that was kind of like a slight, a long swooping 90-degree downhill kind of corner, right? But it was downhill. So I had to start like behind where I was going. The direction I was going was towards the flat. And what I had to do was get a run in to get that speed. So I was coming down the hill because as you might expect, you have to be going fast for the wheel to stay straight in line, right?
Stay straight.
So I can't just go 1 mile an hour. Like I have to like 10, 15 miles an hour for it to work, right? So I had to get the run. So I had to hold the grip and the brakes in one hand, with the other hand grab the top of the stem, as you can see there, right? And then steer like this with
That's
my hand
ridiculous.
until I got enough speed to where I could just let go slowly. And I would like going back and forth, right? Like, oh crap, can I let go? And then finally get to the point where I was like, all right, up like this, and then getting that shot. But what you don't see is like the 200 times that we failed at doing it. So.
But and again, people don't know, and it's not important. But I've done comedy for a lot of years. People don't understand the commitment sometimes to get that. Like I've done bits where I've sat there, like I had to walk away and towel off from sweating too much because I was on TV, and you don't want to be sweaty on TV.
Yeah.
And that you have to. It's a serious commitment.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of these bits that you do. Come on, man.
The ice cream one that you're seeing back there. Oh yeah, the eating the dirt one. Yeah. This one. Yeah, this one.
The commitment. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Yeah. It's weird when we're out and about, like filming stuff. We'll go to public places sometimes, and we're out there trying to film. Like my brother's there with a camera, and we're trying to film this. There's people looking around, like what are these guys doing? Like, what is this? But that ice cream one that you see right there, where I'm holding the ice cream up to my face, that was probably one of the more embarrassing videos to film, because I'm in the middle of this town. Sorry?
I was going to say, you can see the people.
Oh yeah, that was the whole point. We had to go to a town, like I was, yeah. Yeah, so that's in one of our local towns called San Rafael, and it's one of the larger towns around where I live. And that was the most busy area that I have around here. And so I was like, all right, let's go there like Saturday, like midday when everyone's out doing their thing, and let's do this. And that was only like what you see there was like maybe 1/20th of the amount of stuff we filmed. Because like there were so many times where like people just wouldn't react, or they would just look at me in like this awkward way, or like go up to the cameraman, my brother, and ask him like what was going on, and would like ruin the shot and stuff. So like there was so much we couldn't use. That was literally all we could use from that filming.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah. This one took a lot of effort too.
Did you just key out the color of your bike?
Yeah, exactly. Well, what I ended up having to do, because that bike is silver and it has like tiger stripes. Shout out to Technar for doing the paint job. We had to I wrapped the bike in a green cloth, and that was the only way I could get it to work. So I did a green cloth, right? Wrapped every part of it that would make sense to wrap, and then stuck it in post, and was able to pull it off like that. So yeah.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
You did all that. I thought it was just the color of the bike, and you just grabbed the color and dragged it over and keyed it out. And
yeah, that probably would have been way easier. But
yeah, I was gonna say, next time, give me a call.
Yeah, I'm still learning. All right,
this one is just
yeah.
But let's go back. Let's go back to something like that. And while we're talking, let's give a shout out to your brother.
Oh yeah.
Like he's the man behind Nrml. Is that his job as well?
Oh yeah. It's all three of us. It's myself, my brother Durs, as everyone knows him, and one of my longest friends, Matt, as well. We're the three Stooges. So.
That's amazing. So you're out front. Just put yourself out there, being the goofball, and they're building it. Like you do the goofy stuff, and you go, "I gave you the goofy, now you go make and put it on."
Yeah. I do a lot of the when it comes to like editing and stuff. That's mostly me. So as far as kind of the way things work is I'll kind of come up with the ideas for stuff, or get inspiration from other sources, and then kind of go do our own version of that. Then we go out and film it. I kind of come up with the shots and how things are going to be filmed.
Okay.
Then my brother and my buddy Matt they're behind the cameras, right? So then they film it, all then edit it. Then backstage, we have like I said, we have so much stuff backstage, and that's where like they really shine, right? Like so, my brother he handles a lot of like the merch that we do, right? That's his thing, right? He kind of does design stuff and whatever that comes with it, and then just anything logistically that we need done backstage. And then my buddy Matt, he's a numbers guru. I'll put it that way. He's very, very smart with numbers. So he's kind of the guy that not only helps with filming and like creativity side of stuff, because he's also very big into comedy and stuff like that. But he's also making sure we don't fail on the business end. So yeah,
you don't want to do that if this is your thing.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Wow, I was trying to get the other. This is a problem with doing live. I've got comments. I'm working your web pages. Got you. The business side. How does that come about? Do you reach out to the people or do they reach out to you?
It's entirely case dependent. Like for example, with Specialized, right? That's our largest affiliate right now, our partner that we have right now. And like they reached out to us actually. One of their how should I put it? One of their OG writers turned like incredible business guy, overall awesome dude. My buddy Curtis Keene, he's a pro racer for those guys who follow the race scene. Red Bull athlete, the whole 9 yards. Like this guy is amazing, right? I looked up to him growing up, watching him race and stuff. And then he reached out to us one day, and I was like, what the heck, man? Like, no way. Like, Curtis Keene's hit me up, and now we got a close relationship and all that, and so he reached out to us. But then there's other brands where I've actually reached out to them. Been like, hey, I already run your guys' products. Like, you guys want to work on something, So yeah, it totally case dependent.
And that brings up a good point. I was telling my wife about this, explaining to my wife or somebody. I think it was my wife. It doesn't matter. People like, again, Colorado Kid, Paul the Punter, other people, and I guess you met him at his house. But
yeah, I know Paul. Yeah, this
business of bikes, like there's no mountain bike commercials.
No, but they're popping up though, actually, because
I see them on YouTube. I see the commercials on YouTube.
Yeah, but I saw one on TV bikes, though, not too long ago for and it blew my mind. This is why I'm going to share this, because it blew my mind. I don't if you guys know who Cam Zink is. He's a free ride. He's like free ride legend. He is a rider for Michelin tires, and Michelin did a commercial with him in it. And he was like sending it on these crazy things out in Utah for the Michelin car company, their automotive tires. But it was like him riding their bike tires. Like it was cool. It was so cool. I was like, no way, man.
But what I find interesting is, and I was explaining to a guy who worked. People don't watch commercials, even on YouTube. You go 5, 4, 3.
Yeah,
yeah. You guys, so like you or Colorado Kid who switched over his bike, we watch you. You have millions of viewers. You have millions of views on hits and stuff. This is like the way it should be. Give Steve Ass a bike.
Like as far as like. You're talking about like as far as the advertising approach?
Yeah, I think it's interesting that that companies are doing that. I mean, I'm wearing a Dirt Life shirt. They didn't give it to me, but I appreciate them for coming on my show. So I'm gonna advertise for them. And you do the same just by having all your Specialized bikes.
Yeah, and I got
how many up to now?
There too.
So he's got an Ebe. You got an Ebe.
I was going to say the Specialized logo that's right there.
Yeah, the logo and the bike right there, and the bike
I gotta
right
represent,
there. Yeah, but isn't that? I find it interesting. Is that like influencers are? I don't even think commercials should be on TV anymore.
Yeah, it's changing. It really is changing. I mean, you'd obviously know more of this than I would. But like what you're saying, when you're on YouTube, you like wait 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just instantly push it. Like I haven't really seen any commercials that are actually worthwhile nowadays, for pretty much anything. Like I don't know if you guys watch like football. I'm not big into sports or anything like that, but I
Neither am I.
remember I would be one of those people that would watch football, the Super Bowl, for the commercials, right? Like that was me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I watch Super Bowl. I'll
Yeah,
go eat while the
yeah.
game's on, and I race back to commercials.
Yeah, I was like, what's M&M gonna do, or like M&M's brand or something, or what's Toyota gonna do for a commercial? Like it's always like interesting stuff, right? It's like, why isn't it like that? Like for everything, why does it have to be this boring? Like you could save 10% APR on this. Like it's like, oh, it's like no one cares. Like you want to sell them something, like make something interesting and funny. Like
yeah, and you got you, and it's great that Specialized. I'm a Specialized guy. I am switching over.
Nice.
But I've been, and I'm not even gonna say what I got. Everyone knows I got a rock hopper. I've been riding a hardtail. I've been riding for 24 years. I've been hardtail, die hard. Was gonna go squishy. COVID hit. All the bikes went away, and I just grabbed because my bike was crap. I had to get a new bike.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get a full suspension.
Nice.
But you love your Specialized, man. Talk to me about that union, the union between you and Specialized. I mean, you're not just riding it because they're sponsoring you.
No, I mean,
actually like the bike.
Yeah, there is the contractual side to it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. Like, of course,
no, I guarantee you. Right?
Like, I represent them as for their company perspective, right? But it's like, dude, it's a good situation because it's like, man, I probably would be, even if I wasn't, I'd probably be riding a Specialized right now. It's like one of those scenarios, right? So I absolutely love riding the bikes. I literally, I actually do. Like, it's not just like, oh, look how. Yay, I'm on the bike. Yay, look how much I like it. And like turn the cameras off and then go sit on another bike.
And you're like, I'm going to go get my YT.
Yeah.
You really like your Specialized. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, I really do. Like, I genuinely do. It's just one of those things where, I took a break of a few years of riding bikes. I back when I was a kid to, in the recent years. And before I started doing social media and like coming back to like that, like 3 years where I didn't ride, just the bike tech just got so much better. And, I from then now I've ridden a ton of different bikes and, obviously there's a lot of great brands out there. I'm not going to sit here and say there's any bad company. Like, there's really no bad bikes nowadays. If you get a serious bike, like there's no bad bikes.
Yeah. The technology is kind of leveled, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's changing. Just wait. It's changing.
Well, I watched Seth tonight fill his bike up with spray foam.
Yeah.
Like, is that the next technology? I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, where's it going?
I saw that video. I haven't seen the full. I haven't clicked on it yet, but I'll watch it at some point. But I know what video you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, like, just give it some time. I know it's like, that's what the industry does. Just, I've been in the industry for a very long time. And the one thing I've noticed is it does this. It's like, it goes up with tech, then it like flatlines, then up again.
Really long time.
Yeah.
You know, what's interesting is that you say that, and I've been riding almost as long as you've been alive. I've been riding for like 24 years, and to see the technology, yes, with the forks. And my first not full suspension, my first fork was like a rock shot. It was like 80 millimeters. And that was like, my God, look at all this. I can send anything. And now you guys are like riding moto.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I'll get back to you. You just sit there for a second. I feel like this is what I've expected. I want to get to some of these people. Is that okay?
Oh, absolutely.
This is what it's all about. Jake wants to advertise Raptor. Okay, well then get it. Give him a call. The kid is a prodigy on a bike.
Dude, I want a Raptor too.
1986 is sick. Rockhopper, I'm sorry. I've been a Specialized guy for about 15 years. It's a solid bike.
Yeah.
Okay, full squish is like cheat mod. I've said that. I really have. Like I like going and doing my black. And someone up here earlier said something about cross country. Google Virginia Key. I'm not just riding dirt. And the fact that I can do all this stuff that I do on my, he's gone. He's gone. These
out.
people want to talk to you, man.
I'm back.
Okay.
Let me get my lighting straight here.
What are you talking about? You look fantastic. You got a sick head of hair. Just enjoy that while it lasts.
Thank you. I'll try. I'll try my best.
Your mom's dad.
Bald. Oh, I'm screwed. I'm losing it. I'm just doing a really good job of covering it up right now.
No, I love that. That's a great. See, look at here, backyard shredder. Cross country is a bad word. I don't ride cross country, mister. I ride some serious technical stuff on a hardtail. So let's get to this. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Boom. Is that okay?
YouTube up.
You guys have really and this is just as a videographer standpoint, you guys have really amped up the production value on this.
Thank you. We're trying. That's the hardest thing. That's what's been sucking most of our time is this YouTube stuff. My God, it's so hard to do. I've gained so much respect for YouTubers over the last like 5 months of my life. It's insane. Like them being able to pump out like 10 to 15 minute long videos on a weekly basis blows my mind.
What?
And I'm like, how do you do that?
I got to tell you though, just to jack up my views, I think, just because I need love and affection from strangers. I'm thinking about, I just got a GoPro 11. I want to do a ride video, a comedic way, because that's what I try to do. This one though, this one made me sick.
What do you do today to change your
Oh, here we go. Hold on. 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna puke.
Oh, let's. Was that?
It's all copyright free music, so don't worry about it.
No, but I want to hear you. How is this happening?
Well, a lot of I toned down how sick I felt during this video. I will say that. Like,
No, but you can see where I left off because I had to go on a shoot or something. But is that real? Like, honest to God, are you really seeing the GoPro behind you? And that's
no, it's all real. It's all. I didn't fake anything. Yeah,
guys, if you haven't seen this video, go to it. It's gonna take a Dramamine.
Yeah, it's bad. That's literally what you see right there. That's how it actually looked like through my headphones or through my headpiece.
iPhones.
Yeah, exactly. The iPhones. We're gonna get copyrighted now because claiming.
Oh my God! I'm like, what? I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, well, how come he can't see that there's a something coming up?
Yeah. So here are the main problems with that.
I'm sorry. You. It's your fault. You're making me laugh so hard.
Yeah. No, it was the most challenging part about this was that I love GoPros and all. I love GoPros. They're amazing cameras. But one of the issues that my generation GoPro had was that I'm sure they probably fix this for the new ones, but there's a lag time from the camera that I had on my back to the headphones, right? Or the headpiece. Because what I did was I had my phone in my headpiece hooked up to the GoPro app, and I was watching from the app to my headpiece, right?
Yeah.
But the problem with that is there was like a 2-second delay. So
you're behind.
Yeah, I'm behind. Yeah, I couldn't see. So
Bike's here, but you're here.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it was. So you had that, and then the second major problem was that the contraption that I had built. See how it's all wobbly? Yeah. So you see, it's wobbly, right? So it's never in the same place. It's either up here, or it's down here, or it's over there, or it's back there. Like, so it was. You never have a solid, perspective on where you are. Like, it's always changing.
Sorry, I'm hearing my wife downstairs laughing.
Yeah.
I would have thought, I'm like, the whole time I'm watching, why did he put that on the wobbly thing? Just put it here. But I guess to make it funnier, you put it on a pole that's wobbling.
Yeah, I want it to be third person, right? So like we had the idea
would be on your shoulder or something.
Yeah.
Ninth person.
You know, I got this idea from a YouTuber called his name is Ryan Trahan. I don't know if you've ever seen his videos before.
No, but
he's a very big YouTuber. He's really good. If anyone doesn't know who he is, I'd recommend watching his videos. Very creative videos. But he did this kind of he lived the whole day in third person. And I got this idea kind of from that, where I was like, oh man, what about riding a bike in third person? I was like, oh, we'll try this out. That sounds interesting. And then I found out later that it actually already been done. I wasn't the first person to make this video.
Oh, well then we'll just
Sam Pilgrim actually made one too, like 2 years ago he did this. And so that was like his video was definitely way better made than mine was, but yeah.
You were making me sick. Hold on, 5, 4.
Oh, here we go.
Again, I'll take this 5 seconds to thank you again for coming on, because not only am I talking to someone that brings me laughter and joy.
Oh,
it's such a pleasure to be able to sit here and talk to you.
Thank you.
And I don't want to blow more sunshine up your butt, but like,
oh, thanks.
Really, I think I'm talking for a lot of people. It's just amazing. I'm like a kid in a candy shop right now, and I know you probably have a.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've obviously done a little bit of research on you, and I'll tell you right now, I'm definitely not the most famous person or funniest person you've ever talked to. So
it is a lie. Whatever. I was not arrested. That kind of research.
Yeah.
I am allowed near a school. No, you are. Like Will Smith, Hugh Jackman, all those kind of people. They don't. This one was ridiculous. And did you get? And I'm going to bring it up. I'm forwarding. I think you know where I'm forwarding it to. Stop.
That may have been intentional.
Okay. But I'm like, first of all, why is he in a kite? Look, ladies and gentlemen, he's creating as we're interviewing him, as we're talking to him.
I'm sorry, one of my main lights just went out.
He is lighting. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm creating a new video right now. Look at this.
Look at that. Now you get the Halloween lighting going on. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take a second. Mark Hill, the segment.
Hey, what's going on, dude?
You brought us together.
Yes.
I was on a Mark Hill segment podcast. I don't know why he had me on. This is how I met Mr. Normal. And you know Mark, right?
Of course.
Okay.
I've never met him in person.
Neither have I.
I do know him via the interweb. Yes.
And I want to be one of his children.
Yeah. one of the most well-spoken people I know.
Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. I have to post a lot of his because he is a mentor of mine, if you will. I started this thing, and then for some odd reason, he wanted to jump on. One of these, which one was it? This one. What? Really?
Oh, this one sucked to make.
Did you really spend the night?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
I didn't fake I don't fake my videos. I'll joke about faking videos from time to time. And there are some videos where I'll obviously fake something. This was not fake. This is full real. Like, I actually did this. It was really dumb.
Look at your face, the terror that you don't look happy.
No, I was not happy the whole time. It sucked.
Oh, that's funny.
You know,
all night.
there's one thing I didn't show in the video because I didn't. I didn't show this because I saw a sign that said there was like it was an area known to have coyote packs. Ooh. And I saw that like the morning that I was walking out of there, and I saw that I'm like leaving, and I saw the sign. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! like you got to be kidding me! But I didn't show the sign in the video because it had the
no camping sign symbol?
No, it wasn't camping. No, it was the open space plaque for like the government organization that owned the land, because it was out in the middle of the forest somewhere. So I didn't want to tell anybody where this was, so they wouldn't go, and so I wouldn't get in trouble because I think you need like a permit to be out alone at night at that time. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna post this and tell people where it was that I did.
I don't want anyone to know that.
Yeah. I'm not in the mood to get in trouble or get a fine from the government here.
Let's wave to my mom.
Yeah. Oh, hi. I just saw
hi, Mom. There. Ladies and gentlemen, this kid shreds. Look at him in those pants again.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
I love these pants.
Pants. Brand?
Specialized.
Special, and you just go into Specialized pants?
Yeah, they're the trail pants. They're just on the website. I think so. These are technically. I don't know how many they have in stock left though. Last time I checked, they were on sale. I think they were going to bring in the new ones, so there might not be any left anymore.
I'm an XL.
Okay.
Not only does he shred and shave his face.
Yeah.
But this piece, I think I sent something to you about this. It's well produced. You got to be with
all my heroes. Yeah, I've been low key stalking Carson for like the last year.
But like, did they go, oh, you?
Well,
yes.
Well, a lot of these guys, I actually already knew before this. The only two people I didn't know before this was actually a couple people. Oh, you know what? Forget what I'm saying. I knew Carson already. I had met him tons of times. Like we just keep running into each other everywhere we go.
Uh-huh.
But mostly their dudes were like I had met him for the first time, and a lot of them knew who I was already. A couple of them had to kind of just like be like, oh, I do this. And they're like, sure, I'll do an interview. And then I just totally totally caught them off guard. Because you go to these places, to these events, and every single interviewer out there, all those serious ones, they're all asking like, all right, on jump number 2, you did a triple backflip, tail whip thing, whatever, right? Yeah. And they're like, yeah. They're like, how'd you feel about that? And then they put it up to them. It's super basic stuff, right? So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this event and ask these dudes, because I know most of them are very comedy-oriented guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to ask them just the most ridiculous questions, right? And they they gave me really interesting answers. So,
yeah, that's the fun part. And I've always done that. I remember a couple interviews I've done with Justin Timberlake. Not to throw out names or anything like that. But
no big deal. Just Justin Timberlake. No big deal.
But I did drop it. I'm sorry. I'll pick it back up. But you do what. I sat down. First question was like, can I unzip your skin and wear you for a day just to have girls stare at me all day?
Yeah.
And then I asked
genius way of doing things.
Yeah, but I think it lightens because they're all like, so okay, when you were coming off the berm 2, and then you were hitting the flat right there, and then you come up with something just totally ridiculous. I asked an actress if I could have her hairbrush once so I could make a hair doll out of her and put her in a glass jar so I could take her out every now and then poke her. And she was like,
that for?
Dude, I don't want to say a name. But it lightens the mood because everyone else is like, so how did you research the character that you were playing?
Yeah.
That's what I really loved about watching this piece is that you just came up with the most ridiculous. Hold on. Let's bring that back.
For sure. You heard it right here. Now you know.
thing you have to do before you absolutely cannot go to sleep. Like, you have to do it or else you can't fall asleep. Yeah.
Dude, I'll slam Red Bulls before bed.
He gives me the most political answer.
But yeah, but like, I'm a kid in a candy shop right now.
You know, one thing I will say, if I may interject here for a second, like,
no,
those guys, for anyone watching, you know there's that saying that say never meet your heroes. Like, that does not apply in the mountain bike industry. Like, all those dudes, they were all the raddest guys ever. I had known about them from like social media, but I'd never met them up until that point. Like, literally the coolest guys. They're just like on camera as they are in person, if not cooler in person. So don't be afraid. Just go up to them and talk to them. They're sick if you ever see them.
It's what's amazing, and that's what my wife really likes about watching these, and she'll watch other people's mountain bike podcasts. Is she loves the community, is that there's no I'm better than them, or there's no even in competitions, you see other mountain bikers standing on the side cheering the other dude on.
Yeah.
It's the community. It's so much fun to you being on here. You know, it's stuff like that. It's amazing. This was donkulous.
This video right here. This one, yeah.
Koozies.
Yeah.
It
was a dumb idea.
It didn't play out well.
I was expecting it to be way better than it did, and it was just a uncomfortable scenario all around.
Here's my question, and we'll get out of this stuff because we don't want to see your stuff anymore. We want to see your luscious locks and all that. Have you ever just stopped? You're like, this isn't working, or have you trashed a video?
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, tons of videos. Primarily, I've said this in shows before on other people's shows, but it's mostly like sometimes it's like, oh, the idea is just kind of lame. Like, I don't want to do this. That's not really that funny. It doesn't really hit a punch, you know. That does happen. Like, maybe once a month, we'll have like a video idea. We'll go on, like, try to film it, and then we're like, nah, it just didn't work, you know. But the more concerning ones are when there's a video idea that's gonna be hysterical, but maybe it takes it a little too far.
Yeah.
You know, a little too far into the cancellation realm, if you know what I mean. So
we kind of need Specialized to, you know, hang on there, and
they're very cool. That was one of the surprising things when I hopped on with them like a year ago or so. I was like, oh man, like they're gonna like tell me I can't make certain stuff, and like there's been nothing, like literally
really?
Nothing, like not a single thing.
I've seen other content creators where they have to send the video to their sponsors and make sure that they're okay with it.
Yeah, that's definitely. Right now I'm in a very good position where I don't have to do that. I don't really know if it's something I'd want to do. Like, it doesn't seem worth it to me, like, to do that, because like it's about like weighing. You have to weigh it out, right? Like, if I can stick to the content that I want to make and then be like as successful as what I would want to be versus I make some money and, you know, and then I'm like throttled at a certain growth, right? Like, what's the point, right? You know, it's a little bit challenging that way. That's why I'm very blessed, you know, to be with Specialized, where they don't have to like. They have. Like, I'll send them videos. They use my videos all the time. They repost it and all that stuff. But I've never had them be like, hey, maybe don't say this or maybe don't do that. No, they're all really cool. And I've met a lot of people in the company too. Everyone's really cool, which I'm like really happy about. So yeah.
So, do you ever sit back and just go, what the?
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, you were putting out videos where you scraped your hand and you were just jumping to rap music, and now you're like, I've met a bunch of people, you know, heads of Specialized, and
yeah, I haven't met the head of Specialized.
What I'm saying is, it ever just you go, what happened in 2 years?
Yeah. Oh, every single day. It's just I still like I don't like I don't like to I like to try to be humble with it and stuff, right? But it's still like I feel like I'm not even at the point yet where I've processed it. Like I don't know how you even process the fact that like I'll have a video that like I make and a lot of people see it. Like to think like the town I live in only has about like 50,000 people.
Wow.
And then to think that like you look at like numbers, like I don't like to look at numbers very much because it's very like it's just numbers, right? But to see like, okay, you got X amount of subscribers and my town has 50,000 people and I compare it to that, I'm like, whoa. Like on Instagram, I've got like however many times more people following me as there is in my town. It's like, it's crazy. It's mind blowing. It's really mind blowing. It's hard to wrap my head around that.
Yeah. 140 some thousand. It's
something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
so it's like,
take a break. If you're liking this content,
how do you even process that?
If you're liking this content, please subscribe right now. If you're watching live, which I think some people dropped off for dinner. I think some people dropped off for dinner now. Like and subscribe. I'm close to 190. I'm at 190 because of you. I've gained like 6 subscribers since posting from you. Don't like, can I tell you, I don't do the numbers thing, but I do because of what I do is I don't want to think that I'm wasting your time. This guy's only got 190 subscribers. What do I want to go on his, and this is why I'm so appreciative. MTB Nick, what's up, people? I'm getting closer. I got over 900 on Instagram now, and
nice.
And in a little over a year, I feel like I've made something.
The first 1,000 is the hardest by far. Yeah, the first 1,000, and then you get to 10,000, and you're like, oh, that was a lot easier than get to 1,000. Yeah, it's the first 1,000 is the hardest.
To bring up your brother, because he is the man behind the camera. Mm-hmm. How does he is he as excited, or is he just like, I'm shooting, just give me a paycheck? Like he is quiet, like on the Colorado Kid thing. He was very quiet on the couch near the end.
He is that's right. He was on the show at the end. I forgot about that. I was a little bit drunk on that show, so I'm sorry. I don't remember everything, but but no, no, he definitely is a lot more quiet. Like I got the extroverted genetics in the family as opposed to him. So that's for sure. So, but he's, as far as excitement goes, for sure, absolutely, yeah.
Where do you see? I mean, do you ever feel like, am I going to run out of something?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. But I used to worry about that a lot more like a few months back where I didn't really like, there was a period of time where I had to just kind of like, I didn't post for like 2 weeks or something, which is like, I know, oh no, 2 weeks you didn't post. But like at the time it was a lot of time that I hadn't posted. Right. And I basically like, I didn't make any content. That was those 2 weeks of me of not posting, like up until that, like when I stopped posting, I hadn't made a new video in like 2 weeks before that. So I pumped out like about 2 weeks worth of content within a couple days. And I went on a trip actually. So I was on a trip for a couple weeks. I just drove around the country and just got away from everything, got to nature and just rode bikes, met up with friends that were, living abroad and just got a time to rewind. But, at the time I was really concerned. I was like, oh man, like I'm running out of ideas. Like, I don't know where else to go. I don't know what direction to take things. So I was really concerned for sure. Like I had run out of ideas. And I like to keep notes of everything. Like I've got notes and, I store ideas. I just come up with stuff all the time or I see something and I want to recreate something. Right. But like I had gone through all my notes of like video ideas and I was like, oh man, like I have nothing. I can't think of anything. I had to get away. And then I had this epiphany where it's like, wait, like there's like what people find funny is constantly changing. So if I can come up with new ways of making something funny or follow along with like a general trend, with a general trend on social media as far as like what people are finding funny. Because, like I said, I come from a very like comedic background where I want to make like a long form comedic type thing, but like the short form content doesn't want that. It wants it to be hard hitting. The moment you open up the video, or the moment you swipe up to it, it's got to be funny from the second, or intriguing, or it has to grab your attention like instantly, or else people are going to scroll by it, right?
It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I realized, I'm like, oh, there's ways that I can take what is currently funny in the world, right? Currently funny on the social media realm, and then spin that in the way where mountain biking is included in it. And I'm like, oh crap. And I had that epiphany. And then so I changed it up, and now it's like, okay, now ideas come a little bit easier, because it's like, okay, what's my next video going to be? Let me go on TikTok, or let me go on Instagram, scroll through the For You page for like, an hour or so, and then I'll just be like sparked. I'll be like, oh, like I'll see something that someone else did, and it was like, oh, that's pretty funny. Haha, that's clever. How does that apply to mountain biking? And I'm like, oh, bingo, that's how it works. And I just redo it, and then yeah.
That's amazing that you do that, because I feel like I said, I've done movie reviews for 20 some years, and I felt like any other thing, like sitcoms or whatever, there's a moment where you're done. And I felt like I was done doing it. I did everything I needed to do with reviewing movies in a comedic way. Mm-hmm. And like, Seinfeld was like, okay, we did everything. We were done after so many years. You get to a point of being done. But with biking, you're right. And the way people see things now, I have ideas that you haven't done. There's so many. There's just a bike. There's so many little parts. There's so many little intricacies. There's so many ways. You've got many years.
I'm hoping. The way we've got kind of things laid out right now is like I was saying earlier. We were kind of going over the YouTube stuff. We're really doing a big push for YouTube. Not just because I personally think long form content's going to make a comeback. Not that short form is going to go away. I think that the long form stuff is going to come back again, and be kind of more at the forefront of what online media has to offer. So we're kind of preparing for that in that sense, where I want to start making my name in the long form, more YouTube type realm, because then that's like the next level up from the short form stuff, right? Like we've grown a ton on short form, but now it's time to take it to another level. I'm not going to stop making short form ever. So the videos that you guys are seeing, like those are going to continue going, right? I'm not going to stop that. But now we're putting more effort into YouTube, because not only is it that like, YouTube, the growth opportunity is amazing on YouTube. Like there's a lot of audience on there, like a lot. There's probably more mountain bikers on YouTube than there are on any other app. Yeah. And it gives you the ability to make stuff that I want to do more, right? Like the comedy stuff is awesome, right? The short form stuff is awesome, but it is very limiting, because you only have like 15 seconds tops, 20 seconds to make something and get your point across on something. Whereas YouTube, I can do an experiment and make a 20-minute long video about something that's like funny and interesting and gets you hooked, and create like series and stuff like that. So it's like you have so much more to work with when it comes to YouTube. And so that's really the direction we're going with it. So we want to just really push on that front.
That's what I find interesting is I'm doing a podcast thing, and I want the viewer. I mean, I'm not doing this just I do want viewers. I want subscribers. I'm being selfish. I'm being real. But you're right with the short form. I'm putting more of those out now, and I'm getting more hits and helping push that. Yeah. But you're right with the long form. And I find it interesting that you're so successful in the short form. And long form, your YouTube is nothing to sneeze at.
Slowly getting there. Slowly, yeah.
It's huge at any level. But I was telling my wife about your stuff. It's just, you're a creator. We're creators. I think just doing this right now is creating. And there's so much when you said you're going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
For hours. and you get someone just lip syncing
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
and doing the
TikTok.
Wednesday dance or whatever dance it is this week.
Yeah.
And you're putting the time and effort of actually coming up with an original idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what I'm getting at is before I used to joke because I'm a videographer, you don't really need to be good at it anymore for people to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you do now. There was a point where you didn't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think what you're doing is the quality of the content. That's why you're getting where you're getting. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
No, I see what you're saying.
What I'm saying is like before I used to go, well, YouTube proves that you don't need to be good at anything. You just throw it up there.
Yeah.
But now, like say Seth or you or your BKXC or anybody, they put out really great content.
Yeah.
Like the quality really matters now. It's going back to because this is what people watch now.
Mm-hmm.
And are you focusing more on that now?
Yeah. So
wow, I'm getting serious. I'm sorry.
No. This is great. This is great. No, because look, people are going to watch this, and it might help if there's even one person watching who wants to start YouTube or whatever. This will help them out massively, right? We're definitely like personally when it comes to like when you say quality, I'm assuming, are you meaning like the quality of the video, like the production value?
Like the production value, not just like just people doing something. It looks professional. I mean, you look at even outside of that, Mr. Beast or somebody.
Yeah.
The production value before YouTube was proved that you didn't really need to do anything to get views. Mm-hmm. Now I think you do because people are focusing on stuff like this.
Yeah, views used to come easy. For it's I feel like it kind of goes both ways, right? Because you have the creators like Mr. Beast, for example. Like his videos are great. I think he's obviously the greatest creator of our time on social media. I mean, he's what is he, like 120 million subs or something just on YouTube?
$1 billion.
It's like, what is going on? Like, he's an incredible person. He's a genius. He's been able to basically hack, how the mind works and what the mind wants to view on media, right? So he's the master of all that stuff, right? But in my opinion, the quality of his videos isn't that amazing, right? Like he's got obviously he's got a massive production team. He has editors. He has like 20 different videographers on every single shoot he goes on. But if you look at like the nitty gritty stuff, he's only shooting in 1080. Like he's got like really low quality cameras, and he does it intentionally. He talks about how he does it intentionally because it gives the vibe of small creator vibe, which is a little bit more, personable, right? Whereas like I've seen the flip side of that, right? Like you have like ginormous, like take bike edits, for example, on like, the newest, sickest whips and backflips and like in the dark forest with like the perfectly groomed trails, you've seen them. Like you look at those videos and they have like the 8K cameras. Like it took them a year to edit the video. Like every shot was meticulously planned out. Like
they got the camera on the
clear. The color grading is amazing.
They got the camera on the cable that follows them down and
everything. The whole 9 yards. And then you look at the views and it got like 1,000 views. And you're like, what? This is a masterpiece. How did this like get no views? What is this? So it's weird where you have, and then you have some where they do amazing, right? I think ultimately it comes down to what is the idea of the video. I think that's really what makes Mr. Beast so big, is he's hitting those ideas of like, the last person to leave this square gets to keep the Lamborghini, or the last person with the hands on the Lamborghini gets to keep it, right? Stuff like that. It's like those really viral ideas, and he gets to the point quick. He basically uses everything he can from the algorithm from YouTube to pump those views as much as he can.
I need the algorithm.
Yeah.
Secret.
It's hard to figure out, man. It's a hard one.
I need the Instagram algorithm. I think I'm doing all right.
The Instagram's not that hard. You just gotta basically just make reels and get to the point within like the first second that you have.
Post them at 11 a.m. I find if I post at 11 a.m. here, I get them better.
Yes, because you're hitting the California audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in California that like
Kansas. Scott Ripple.
Kansas. Yeah, there we go. The algorithm does suck. I completely agree with you on that. It's just hard, man. Like back in the day, you know, you used to like I had a video of my automotive channel. They got like 200,000 views on YouTube or something like that. And like I don't have that channel anymore. You can't find that video, so don't even bother looking for it. I deleted all of it. But I'm sorry, I deleted it. But like it was the crappiest video ever, man. Like it was terrible. The thumbnail was garbage. The production of the video, I was using like a 1720 or 720p, you know, camera at the time, like a terrible, you know, really grainy, like it was just horrible. I was like doing the vlog style stuff. It was horrible. Yeah. It was a horrible video. And like, but like I hit a subject that people were interested in that particular video. Yeah. And because I hit the subject that people wanted to see, it blew up, right? And it was like one of those things where it was like, oh, like that was my first aha moment where it's like, oh, the subject is what people want to see. And it applies to all social media platforms. Every single one of them applies equally. It's like the algorithm wants to push ideas that people want to see, right? So that's the very first thing. So if you want to get views on social media, on Instagram or whatever, come up with an idea that people want to see, first of all. And then second of all, make sure you're unique about it. Like you make sure you're like the only one that's doing that. And then third of all, make sure you get the point instantly. Like you have to be getting to the point right away. You have to have something in the beginning of the video that grabs the attention of the viewer right away so that you can get them to actually watch the video. Because what's the point of not watching it, of the video, if you're not going to watch it?
Slow down.
So,
or you interview Seabass Nrml Mountain Biker.
Yeah.
This is, do you have? Wow, the time flies when you're having fun. At least
yeah,
for
we're
me.
like an hour 40 already.
Holy cow! Time. I don't want to. Sorry, I know you probably have family and food to eat.
How dare you do this to me?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm out. Who else? I mean, throw out some sponsors. I mean, you got Specialized. Let's hear out Better Bolts.
Yeah, we're gonna somewhat alongside Better Bolts. We're trying to figure out some stuff for next year. We also got Heat Wave Visual, which is those are the glasses I wear. Love that company. They make amazing glasses. Obviously, Jensen USA. I've got Bike Hardcore, which, you know, some stuff is changing for next year, so you're going to be seeing stuff changing around. So, but I can't say too much right now about like what's going on with next year. So, but some stuff's going to be switching around. It's going to be interesting. We're taking some stuff to new levels. So we'll see where that goes. But
yeah, buddy Tony in here is taking notes. He's another podcaster / creator on the YouTubes.
Do it.
I use templates. I stay relevant. Ray Marcella.
I wonder what templates are.
Dude.
Dude.
What the heck? Get out of here.
Yeah, what are you doing, man? Go to the wifey, bro.
What? I wouldn't be doing this if it was I would. If this was the only time. Sebastian. Segment, stop. You've been eating the whole time. You haven't even watched any of this. Love this kid. I could talk to you for hours.
I'm right there with you.
No, stop it. If I was there, are you doing the Sedona Mountain Bike Fest?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a good chance a very high chance I'm going to be there. Yeah. Are you going? Oh, nice. There we go. I'll see you out there.
Yeah, because this kid talked me into it. He says it's good for us podcaster people.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's one of those events that I really like it for the event. Sedona's got some good riding. It's not my style of riding, but it's good riding.
I'm from Florida.
Yeah. Oh, it's better than what you got there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but there's climbing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to climb up a hill.
Yeah, because someone can pick up my lungs. Yeah, we have a lot of this.
Yeah,
it's like high intensity interval training. You go up and then go down.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, after the third or fourth one, you got to stop and you're like,
yeah. Well, it's way different around out here on the western part of the country. You'll be huffing and puffing a little bit more.
I did ride out there for a little over a year. I lived in LA.
Nice.
And there was a lot of, I'm not going to lie, there was some walking.
Oh, yeah. The
There
LA
was some
area has
walking
some
for
pretty
this
steep
big.
ones, for sure.
I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
What's new for 2023 with Normal?
So we've got, there's not a lot that I can say right now, so you guys are just going to have to stay tuned with it. But we've got, I'm trying to think what I can say and what I can't say. There's some videos that I was a part of that we filmed over the last couple months that are probably going to be out in a little while. Like, that's all I can say about that. But they're going to be sick. So wait up for like full pro production. Like,
Wow.
It's going to be some really good stuff. Can't say much about that, but yes. What were you going to say something?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk to you about this bike giveaway. Is that still?
Oh, yeah. It's going until the end of January. Yep.
Okay, do you want to talk about that?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it
sure. Yeah. No. We're just doing we're doing a bike giveaway. We just launched a bunch of new merch on our website.
I'm on that.
Nrml Mtber.com. So if you guys anyone's interested, it's on there. But pretty much, one of the things that really annoyed me is like just in general is like people, like when it comes to like YouTubers and stuff, like it's just kind of like, oh, here's my merch, go support me. I didn't want to be like one of those people where it's like, all right, but you're not going to get anything back for it. Like, it's just going to buy my stuff and that's it, right? So I wanted to be like, all right, so if people are going to be buying stuff, may as well have there be like at least some kind of more incentive to it, and then also something you could possibly win out of it. So right now, for every dollar that you spend on the website to buy like a shirt or a beanie or a hat or whatever it might be, every $1 equals one entry to win a specialized status, and it's like brand new bike, like straight from the factory, current model, like the sickest freaking bike you could get. Like, as far as like, that's one of my favorite bikes of all time. So I'm just going to be giving away one of those things at the end of next month. So yeah,
hopefully my next podcast I will have a normal one.
Yeah.
Let's get Bentonville. Have you ever thought about Bentonville?
Of course. I've actually
probably
going to make it there for Bentonville Bike Fest this next year. So there's a good chance. I don't know. We'll see.
Spence is real.
Yeah.
Oh, Brett Hall. Unspoken. I don't know.
Oh, I see the sticker there. Nice.
Love me some Unspoken.
Yes, sir.
Let's get this out. No, like I said, can't thank you enough.
Of course.
I really appreciate this time. I don't know if I was worth your time. Or any of this.
That I feel insulted you saying that.
And I'm not fishing. But I hope I made it worth your time.
I wouldn't miss this. So don't even go down that route. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
I really appreciate you, man. I wish you nothing but more success. I hope you have another 140 some thousand followers in the next year, even more YouTubers. Tell your brother thank you, and your other buddy
Matt. My partner Matt. Yes,
Matt. Thank you.
Not like partner. Like, he's my business partner. I just got to make it clear, man. It's 2023 almost. So. People get mistaken nowadays, all right?
It's all good. I get it. But thank you. I really appreciate this time. It's been amazing. Like I said, I could talk to you for hours, and I'd love to. If you're in Sedona, I'd love to buy you a beer if you're there.
Hey, I owe you a beer for this. This is awesome. I'm glad to be on here.
Shut your face when you're talking to me. So thank you so much, folks. Normal mountain biker, Sebastian, ladies and gentlemen, go, and it's all down here. If I get the live comment stuff, but if you're just watching this afterwards, all his stuff is down there, and you're not, for some weird reason, not following him. It's all down there. Thank you so much, brother. Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Really appreciate you having me.
And now, if you can, go get your bikes dirty, folks.
Yeah. Well, it's dinner time now for me.
Okay, go eat.
Cheers.
Cheers.